Hi everybody, my name is Katie, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an in-depth review of the Scott Trench from Sezane. I had a few requests from you asking me to review this because I said it was on my 2023 wish list, and I knew I was probably going to buy it in the early part of the year because it's going to be so good for spring styling when it gets just a little bit warmer than it is now. A little bit of information about this trench coat. It is one of Sezane's core pieces, so it is always stocked on their website. It isn't a seasonal piece, so you can always get your hands on this if you would like it. It comes in the traditional beige trench coat colour, the most classic option. It also comes in a navy blue and a khaki green as well. I think if you're in the US, you call like a camel colour or a beigey colour khaki as opposed to green. So if you're confused why it's called khaki, in Europe we actually call that army green colour khaki. So hopefully that clears it up for you. I went with the khaki colour because that was the one I was most drawn to, the one I thought would fit in best with the rest of my wardrobe. I have so much navy blue already, I didn't want to get that one, and I don't think that classic camel beige trench coat colour always looks best on me. So the khaki one was the one I chose. I got mine in my true size. I got it in a European 38 or a UK 10. I range between a 10 and a 12. I'm more of a 10 on top and a 12 on bottom. I usually go with a 10 in outerwear. It always comes up a little bit oversized. The fit of the Scott Trench is very true to size in my opinion. It isn't too oversized like a lot of the more trend-led trench coats I've seen over the last few years that tend to be oversized and very long line. This is more of a classic timeless cut. In the length as well, it's just below the knee on me and I'm 5'5". I'll actually leave my measurements on screen and in the description box below, and I'll also leave the main measurements of the coat in the size 10 or the European 38 in case you'd like to compare them. But yeah, it's definitely not a massively oversized coat, but it's not too tight fitting either. I really like the fit of it. It's very classic. It cinches you in slightly when you tie it at the waist, but otherwise it kind of just drapes nicely. I really wanted one that was a classic timeless cut as opposed to one that was more trend-led, boxy, oversized, because that is inevitably gonna go at some point and we're gonna go perhaps to more classic cuts, and I just think this is gonna withstand all trends, and I think a trench coat should do that because it is such a classic item. This retails on the UK website for £225. I'll put the prices in Europe and the US as well on the screen because they can differ a little bit sometimes. So it's like a mid-range price for a trench coat. In comparison, I paid about £200 when I bought a vintage Burberry a couple of years ago off Vinted. So it's a similar price range to a second-hand Burberry. Obviously a new Burberry goes for about £2,000, so much more expensive. So I think it's reasonable to compare this to a second-hand Burberry because the prices are so similar. Is the quality better from the Burberry? You might expect it from a more premium brand. Actually, I hands down prefer the Sezane Trench. I think the quality is on par, if not superior, to the vintage Burberry that I had personally, and I love more of the design details and the fit of the Sezane one. So some of those design details, it has the classic, are they lapels on the shoulders with buttons? All of the buttons on the coat are those classic Sezane fake tortoiseshell buttons that I do really like. I think it matches with the colour really nicely, and it has buttons down the middle. It also has buttons on the cuffs. I don't think you can use these to tighten the cuffs, so they're not actually usable, but they're just for design detail. They do look really pretty, and it also has buttons down the vent at the back, which is the most unique detail that I've seen on this trench coat, and something that my secondhand Burberry did not have, and I've not actually seen on any other trench coats to my recollection. So these buttons allow you to open up or close the vent depending on your preference, and this is going to affect the fluidity and movement of the trench as you move, as the wind blows it, etc. I really love this design detail. I think it works really well. Perhaps with people of different heights, they might prefer it more open or more closed, or just depending on how you like your coat to move, but I just think it's a really lovely, unique detail, and it shows the attention to detail that Sezane so often put into their clothing. A similar detail that is also on the coat is there is actually a button in the middle of the belt at the back, and this allows you to attach the belt itself to the coat, which means that when you're moving, if you have the trench coat open rather than closed, the belt isn't going to move about, it's not going to fall more to one side or even fall out of the coat, which I have had that problem with my Burberry. When I've been moving, because there is no way to attach the belt, it will just gradually slide out, and obviously you don't want to lose it, and you also don't want it to look like it's much more on one side than the other. So I've often found myself wearing my Burberry without the belt at all, because I don't often close a trench coat. I like to keep it open so you can see the outfit underneath, but I don't want it sliding about, so I ended up just taking it out, and it doesn't give quite the same effect. I want the look of the belt without it sliding about. So I love that about the Sezane one. I think again, it's that attention to detail that is immaculate. The composition of this coat is 100% cotton on the outside shell, and then the lining itself, which is a lovely silky green colour, it's tonal with the colour of the coat depending on which one you go for, that's made of 50% acetate and 50% viscose. So it's a somewhat synthetic lining, which is kind of to be expected from a trench at this price point. Even my Burberry came with a synthetic lining. I love this trench. If you couldn't tell, I'm very excited to have it for spring styling. I think it looks beautiful paired with so many different outfits. It's such a classic style. I've worn it with black trousers and this top that I've got on now. I really like that look. I paired it with my Vicky loafers from Sezane and a black Ted Baker bag, and that's more of a work kind of business casual kind of style, which I really like. You can also pair it with jeans. I've got it on with jeans and my pink rosewood Chloe shirt. I like the frill detail with the trench, and I really like the pink and green as well. I think that's a lovely colour combination in general. I also think it looks really nice with the brown of the shoulder bag that I've paired it with. Those colours also complement each other really nicely. The next outfit I tried on was my denim Sybil dress from Sezane with the trench coat. I think the trench works fine with a mini level dress. I think because it's much longer, I think they complement each other quite nicely, and some suede boots in this outfit as well. Again, I really like the look of the denim with the trench. I think it's the different textures of the materials and the ruffle of the dress. I just really, really like that look. It's a similar styling to how they've styled it on the Sezane website actually. And the final outfit I tried was the one I was least sure about because of the hemlines. So it's my Sammy jumper and nail skirt combo, which I love. Again, with the same suede boot and a Coach crossbody bag. The only reason I didn't like this outfit, I do like it and I would definitely still wear it, but I think the hemline of the longer skirt looks a little bit more awkward with the shorter trench. I think it would look better if the trench came to the same point on my leg as the skirt. But saying that, I do still really like the outfit, and it's very practical and slightly warmer than some of the others, so I would still wear this, to be honest. I think that's all I have to say about the coat. I honestly can't find any faults with it. The only thing I noticed when I was looking kind of really closely is a couple of the hems were slightly frayed on mine at the back and around the buttonholes, but that is something very minor. Overall, I think the craftsmanship, the hems, the lining, everything about this coat is really high quality, and for the price point, really fair. So I would definitely recommend this coat overall. I will leave it linked down below on all of the UK, US and European websites in case you were interested and thinking about making a purchase. If you do purchase through my link, it does help my channel out. All of the money I make via these videos, I reinvest back into my channel so I can review more items for you and I can improve my setup and my equipment, etc. So it would be really appreciated if you were thinking about making a purchase just to use one of my links, but there is no pressure at all. You can just go straight to the Sezane website if you would prefer. Give this video a like if you did find it helpful and useful. If you would like more kind of one item or two item review videos in the future, then a like always helps me know that these are beneficial for you. And do subscribe to my channel if you found this video and you aren't subscribed already. I'm quite close to 3,000 subscribers now, which is really exciting. Those are all of the announcements. I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be another one coming very soon. I have lots planned for February actually, so definitely stay tuned. Maybe turn the notification bell on if you don't want to miss a video. Otherwise, I'll see you very soon in the next one.